Well, I had a full head of hair before tonight. It's been a crazy night, very stressful, very busy, but you're going to love this stuff. The third-ranked team in FCS kicked off its season tonight in Minneapolis. The Jackrabbits taking on the Gophers. Zach Borg was there, and he's got us some pretty good highlights here. First offensive play of the season. Nice reverse by Shannon Johnson. He's going to go 25 yards, but the SDSU drive would stall at midfield. Next Gopher possession, Josh Manchagaya is going to make the pick for South Dakota State. They're still looking for points after a quarter. It's scoreless. Second quarter, Gophers would break through after a 91-yard drive with a short touchdown run by Seth Green, and it's 7-0 in favor of Minnesota. Jacks would answer back. Jabori Gibbs, their redshirt freshman quarterback, leads them downfield. They went on a long drive, and he's going to score at 7-7. They're down 13-7 at halftime, and then it gets worse in the third quarter because very early in the third, Gibbs throws the pass, and it's going to be, well, no, that isn't. There's a sack. Okay, that's not what I thought was our next highlight. But there's a nice sack. Defense played really well. Here it is. Ball goes back on the ground, and it's picked for 6. Williamson goes 43 yards. Now it's 20-7 in favor of the Gophers. You're starting to think, that's the way it should go, right? These guys don't give up. Mikey Daniel of Brookings caps a 92-yard drive, 20-14, and then Sioux Falls, Washington, Zach Hines, he catches the go-ahead touchdown, and the Jacks are leading in the fourth quarter. Your score right now is 21-20. We'll have more highlights and reaction to that tomorrow. What a great night for South Dakota State up at Minnesota. We also had a big rivalry game in Madison tonight. That's where the Trojans of Dakota State hosted Dakota Wesleyan, trying to make it 4 straight wins over the Tigers in the season opener. This was a dandy. Luke Loudenberg of Howard, 59-yard rush, setting up the Tigers down near the goal line, and they would punch it in for the touchdown to go up 7-0. Dakota State would respond in the second. Torin Devricks, he's going to step up, and he's going to hit Josh Giles for the touchdown. Game is all tied up at 7-7, but that would not slow down the Tigers, especially Loudenberg. He's going to find a seam, and he's going to go 24 yards for the touchdown. Look at how low to the ground he runs, both these two running backs. That puts them ahead 14-7. It was 16-7, but right before halftime, the other great running back who we heard from on Monday as our athlete of the week, Brody Fredrickson, punches it in. We go to halftime with the Tigers up 16-14. Trojans go ahead with less than a quarter left, 30-23. Tigers would come back to tie it, double overtime, and a field goal wins it. Let's go to your scoreboard. Dakota State makes it 4 straight. Look at those numbers by Loudenberg and Fredrickson, as Brody had almost 300 yards himself. Now, the Dordt defenders also kicked off their season with Kaiser coming off the best year in school history. After a Kaiser field goal, Dort's on a nice long kick return by Levi Jungling. Went out to about midfield, but Levi Skonhoven would fumble the football. Ronnie Bennett comes up with it for the Seahawks to keep Dordt off the board. Ensuing Kaiser drive, Eli Matthews lobs it to the end zone. Jalen Arnold makes a great catch falling to the turf. It's 10-0 Kaiser. Seahawks keep it rolling. It's Matthews, Caleb Walls into the flat, and he's going to take it in for the touchdown. Let's go to your scoreboard. It was 24-0 at halftime before Dordt finally got on the board in the second half, but they lose 34-21. A couple of high school games in Minnesota, Hills Beaver Creek and Adrian rolled the victories along with Minneota. The Vikings finished up their exhibition season tonight in Buffalo. Both teams unbeaten before tonight. Kyle Sloter has been great in the preseason, in the last 3 years actually, throws that touchdown pass. But after that, the Bills kind of took over. Let's go to that scoreboard and see that Buffalo remains undefeated, 27-23. Sloter threw for 163 yards and a touchdown. Today was the first round of the Symetra Tour's Great Life Challenge at the Willow Run Golf Course, and for Sioux Falls native Shannon Johnson, it was a chance to compete with these great players from around the world on the course where she grew up. She actually lives in Massachusetts now as she works for Ping. That's what she decided to do instead of maybe do this for a living, and I think she could have done this for a living. Her shot ended 10 on her first hole. That set her up for a par. But then on the 11th hole, or second hole of the day, that's for birdie. Bingo! She went to 4 over when we were on the air at 6, but she birdied 2 of her last 3 holes. Let's go to the scoreboard. Shannon right back in the thick of things is 2 over par. She started on 10, birdied 7 and 8. Esther Lee and Sophia Pokoff have the lead at -5. They play again tomorrow all the way through Sunday. In high school volleyball tonight, the Lincoln Patriots hosting the Panthers of Dakota Valley, who are always one of the top teams in Class A. Alexandria Beersford of Dakota Valley now with a beautiful touch there as they win the first set. Mary Miller says, hey, just keep doing what you're doing. This is Sophia Atchison with the kill. Dakota Valley wins the second set 25-17. Pats in the third try to make it close. This is Kaylin Taylor with a kill, but Beersford she's gonna sneak another one. Watch the soft touch. She's a great setter, can you tell? They go on to win. Let's go to your scoreboard. 3-0 Dakota Valley over Lincoln. Sioux Falls Christian 3-zip. Great Plains Lutheran and Clarkville Lake along with Howard and Madison win. EPJ and Burke victorious like Preston and Phillip. Sisseton and Waverly South Shore along with Valentine and Watertown. Gayville-Vollen wins the Hanson tournament. Avon was 3rd. Hanson was 5th. Sanborn Central Woonsocket was 7th. High school softball, Lincoln takes 2 from Brookings. O'Gorman takes 2 from Washington. Girls soccer, Lincoln and Yankton both win. Boys soccer, Roosevelt and O'Gorman both win, and the Canaries lost tonight 8-1. We'll be right back.